Good day, family. Good day. Good day. Peace, 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 family. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? Tap in with me today. Tap in with me. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's focused. I hope everybody realizes why you're on this mission right now. And all that you go through is meant for you and to build you up to become this best version of yourself. I hope you realize that your adversity is here because you wanted it to come so you could get better. You needed adversity. You needed it. All right. I've been noticing they've been spraying the skies a lot lately. And I don't know about you, but whenever you hear something that's confirmation, just put one below. Just put one below whenever it's confirmation. Has anybody been having dreams about spaceships, planets, and eradication? Those type of dreams, like apocalyptic dreams, prophecy type of dreams. Have you been having these types of dreams lately? Have you been going with your intuition lately? Like, have you? Have you been going with intuition? No? Nobody? I don't know what that thumbs down for. I don't know. But all I know is we're gearing up. We're gearing up to become this best version of ourselves. Have you been practicing the languages, the tones, calibrating your vocal cords? Have you been doing that? Have you been fasting? Have you been doing that? Because many of our bodies are beginning to change, and then maybe the reason why your body is rejecting the food is because you don't need as much food. You might not need food at all soon. I'm preparing for that. Prepare your bodies for that. Prepare your bodies for that. All right? Drink a lot of water right now. Drink a lot of water right now. And whenever you can get the sun, get it. Listen, skin peeling, body aches, my shoulders for no reason have been killing me. My back has been killing me, my knees and my joints. The body's evolving. The body's beginning to evolve. It's adjusting, it's shifting. And it may be painful for some of us. That's why it's best to not eat. I realize that whenever I break my fast, I feel like it's the worst thing that I did. Whenever I break my fast, it hurts an hour later and I regret it for the rest of the night. So you have to prepare yourselves for this type of activation that you're getting on a consistent basis. It doesn't matter when it hits the fan. All you need to know is it's going to hit the fan, and you got to do what you got to do in between that stage. You know, your dreams are coming because it's happening in other places which you exist in. You know? Yeah, I feel sick too after I eat. You know? I want you to start to think about what you think about. And think about why you reject certain things. When you look at the moon, do you feel like it's a sun? In the last days, the moon will look like the sun. When I look at the moon, it looks like the sun. Now, some people will buck back and they'll fight, but ask yourself a question. Why is it that information seems to make you upset? To call somebody a name? What programming is embedded into you where you don't even observe it? You just say that person's crazy for what they say. Are those our true thoughts coming online and our old thoughts fighting to continue to exist in us? It does not look like the moon. It rises like the sun. Now people will say it always did. I get it, but it doesn't look like the same anymore. And we average about 7 to 8 hours of sun each day now. 7 to 8 hours of sun each day. When we get it, because they've been spraying the skies since the 21st or 22nd. Every day. I got the sun 2 days ago, and I won't get it again until Tuesday, and then after that, Sunday. Because they're controlling the weather, and they're telling you what they're doing. You can get this sun on this day, for this time. You know? It goes down now around here, around 4 p.m., 3:30, 4 p.m. gets up around 7:30, that's what's happening. They're taking the sun. But it's cool because you have to think about your thoughts. You need this. You need to be able to rise without the sun. So when the sun comes, you're already going to be at a point where it's only a bonus. This is a challenge. One day you're going to be happy you went through these things. Happy you went through the fact that you had to rise without the sun. And use your internal battery, your internal sun, because you have one of those too. You have an internal sun. It's your soul. You see? So tap into that while they block the skies, because they're blocking the skies because there's a lot of aircraft over those chemtrails they have. It's a lot of aircrafts. If you can hear them hovering over your house, it sounds bigger than a plane, doesn't it now? Bigger than a plane. Uh-huh. They all around you. They watching. They watching what you do. I'm in Jersey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some channeling with y'all today. If you have been exercising your vocal cords, tapping in, tuning in, there are many ways to do it. When you have earned it, it will come through. When you have earned it, it will come through. Okay? Whatever you go through in life is how you get your gifts to come online. It's not about going to search for your gifts. It's about whatever you're going through in life and how you respond to that helps your gifts come online. That's the cheat code to getting your gifts, right? Vlaiverin, Cliverum, Suret, Sekiverim, Bloftikiveram, Klopterim, Sekiveram, Kloptikimbaku, Sereferam, Vlaiverin, Kuretserim, Bokiret, Seki Sararam, Vlaiverim, Guretserim, Bostikiverim, Zombieferum, Sureram, Vlaiverum, Glorem, Turetchikirim, Suretiki, Sararam, Vlaiverin, Surem, Kurem, Tukiveraram, Blaiverin, Suren, Kuleptikirim, Comti, Serem, Vlaiverin, Kurentikiverim, Shurem, Suruv, Feretikiram, Vlaiverin, Surem, Coptiram, Suretikirim, Jarum, Koleram, Suki, Sereveram, Vlaiverum, Kuretikia, Serem, Vlaiverim, Surum, Kerem, Karem, Surekleram, Suki, Sararam. Tap into what you are. A lot of y'all gifts are coming online. A lot of you chosen ones are coming online right now. You're having prophetic dreams. You're flying in your dreams. You are remembering things that you never want to remember. You didn't, what was that thought? Where'd that come from? I remember this. What language is this? Can somebody tell Harry Dennis what language this is? What language is this? What language is this? Does it bother you, Harry? If it does, it may not be for you. But it's for somebody. Because it's coming through me and it's coming through other people. Vlaiverim, Kuretsirim, Kulekarakurim, Bosikirim, Shikiraverim. Vlaiverin, Kuretsirim, Suriasuram, Chloratikiverevaram, Vlaiverim, Kuretsirim, Shikirim, Bokiretsikiram, Vlaiverim, Suriram, Bokirin, Sikisarim, Vlaiverin, Surum, Vlerim, Surikaleram, Bokiram. Not Latin. Light codes, unlocking key codes inside the human body. One of the most ancient languages of sound there is. That's what it is. The language that my body tapped into, the hidden language hidden inside of our DNA and our soul. Baritz the ku. The language I used when I rode dragons. Baritz the kiram. The language we use when you used to fly. Kararam, Boritz the kiram. The language we use when we used to bend elements and the earth would bend. Farikiram, Suklaram, Boki, Sekivarim. Valor vivarim varaklep tsekivarakloram bokiret siram sukilep korem bokis. Virum surivarim. Vlaiverin koraptakiram shukiram sulafakaram. Bivarim surum. Vlarvarum chichikaram variklet tsekiram bofirisurim. Jirefaram. Man, Tap in. Tap in and stop eating food. As much food. Some people just can't go on a fast yet, but stop eating food right now for a few days. And if you want to use urine therapy, you can do it on urine therapy as well. Yes, what do you mean drink your urine? I just said it. I said urine therapy. If you want some information on urine therapy, you can read the book, A Treatise on Urine Therapy, The Water of Life. The Water of Life, A Treatise on Urine Therapy. I made my hair come back with urine therapy. I cut it off because I don't feel like getting shape-ups. I'm taking care of it right now. I got the beard, I'm good. But I grew it back to show everybody you can grow your hair back if you want to. But that's just the tip of the iceberg with urine therapy. The fluids in our body used to be referred to as ancient fluids, sacred fluids, the fluids in our body, right? And we now have been taught and lied to that it is nasty and toxic. It's only nasty and toxic when you're nasty and toxic, but when you're not nasty and toxic, it is just the water that's going to help heal your body. Let's say if your knees are hurting or your back is hurting, like my knees are hurting today. My shoulder's hurting today because I'm going through ascension symptoms, right? Share this live too. Share this live. Because everybody needs to hear this one with the urine therapy. I first learned about urine therapy when I was doing 20 grams of psilocybin mushrooms, golden teachers. And that was one of the first nights which I realized I can channel. And my vocal cords changed. Like it was like a switch being turned on. And I asked, how do you grow your hair back? If anybody knows how to grow your hair back, you got to be in that Akashic record somewhere. It has to be. So they channeled through me and said, consume thyself. Consume thyself. Consume cistern. Cistern. I'm like, well, what is cistern? I don't know what cistern is. And then I go and look up cistern after the experience. And cistern is urine from the body. My first reaction was like, what? Urine? What? You mean that? Like, no way. It's pee. I'm not drinking pee. I'm not doing that. That's nasty as hell. Right? And I said, wait a second. If the ancients told me to consume thyself at the time in 2020 and drink my urine, then I need to listen and stop being emotional about something because they're ancient and their family. And I'm the one that's in the human experience and I forgot who I was. So I need to listen to that which remembers who they are and who we are. And stop being emotional about something because you've never heard it before or it goes against your programming. And that was one of my first tests, which is why I speak the languages now, because they knew that I would share languages with you if I would do the urine therapy and share that with you. Now, I did it. I started to drink it. I started to study. I started to put it on my hair. I started to put it on my face. I couldn't grow a beard before that. I had a little small goatee and a really thin mustache before. Really thin. And I did it. And I did it for 6 months. But my hair came back in 45 days. 45 days it came back. I tapped in. I found out who I was. It enhanced what I was. I didn't get hungry. My body became its own filtration system. Merekleram sukiveriferam larem surietsikurum. So I started to study and I realized that urine is not toxic. It's your blood filtering itself. And it holds on to vital minerals and nutrients. So when you drink water that flushes your body, your water becomes clear because your body's flushed, right? But if you drink your urine, you wouldn't have to drink so much water and you wouldn't need water at all. Because now you're getting sustenance from your body. Everything outside of you is inside of you as well. And if you recirculate what's inside of you, you would enhance it. I'll give you an example. Let's say if you take one of my supplements right here, any supplement like neurocognizance, right? Or Shilajit or something like that. And you drunk your urine while you're consuming supplements like this, you would enhance the properties of the supplements, continue just to clean them out. And you would vibrate so high, you wouldn't even, it would be like, you would look at urine as like it's a drug. And it's your body own drug. Your body makes everything. It makes everything. It does. And when I started to do this, I started to vibrate high. I tapped in with plant medicine, all that, right? By consuming urine. My hair came back. I had a little afro, a little baby fro, you know. The parts that were dead, you know, like the parts in front of your head or wherever you lose your head that are dead, it came back first as baby hair. So the hair was very thin. It was thinner than the coarse hairs back here, right? It was thin. And I had to continuously apply it, put a little derma roller on it to stimulate some blood on blood, right? And it came back. And then I started to grow a beard too, a thick one, right? Because I had like a little chin strap when I was younger, but I was never able to get all this up here and a mustache. You can look at my old videos back 2015, 16. You'll see, right? I had a little thin goatee. That's all I had. So the urine also grew the facial hair in as well. So for the fellas that are looking to have thicker beards, now I know somebody in my family that also was bald headed, and they applied urine to their hair. Their hair came back as a different texture. Like wavy, very wavy. And this person is 70 and his hair is jet black because of the urine. So you might want to start to study Mantak Chia, what he says about the urine, or a treatise on urine therapy, The Water of Life. Look that book up. Because a lot of y'all have ailments that would just be cured if you just drunk your own urine within a week. I had a tattoo artist in 2020, and his mom had a stroke. I said, you should get the book first before you do this. But if you want to reverse what's happening to her, what you do is she consumes the urine and nothing but urine for about 10 to 20 days. But I want you to educate yourself first. Of course, he didn't do it. He told her about it. She did it. And his mother, her whatever happened with the stroke, you can't even tell right now. And it happened within 20 days, 10 to 20 days. And she was different. So it's real, like it really works. Don't sleep on it. Seminal fluid, powerful. We know that. It gives life. Vaginal secretion. It was a little funny joke they used to make, like you eat vagina and you know you got a beard. If you ate vagina, you probably would get a beard. That's actually true. Because of the power of her vaginal secretions, it probably would give you a beard. Real talk. Menstrual blood, which is why it's used in a lot of rituals. If you're going to be a real wizard, you got to know wizard secrets. If you're going to really use magic now, if you're going to really tap into who you are now, I'm telling you, Florim. What if they wanted you to look outside of yourself so much that you put your healing power in the toilet every day? You know? Listen, on the seminal fluid thing, right? Man, our seminal fluid is equivalent to 1 steak, 10 eggs, 6 oranges, and 2 lemons every single time we release it. Now, if we release it and we give it to her, she has had a full dinner, which is why some women are in the gym, but they seem to struggle to lose weight because their man is putting it in them, giving them all those extra calories. Going nowhere. Going right to your butt, going right to your breast, going right to your skin. Good things, but every time we do that, we die a little bit as well, fellas. But we can get it back. We can build it back up. There's also something you can take which can build it back up quicker, fellas, called Sukguk. Sukgok. Sukguk. You take it after you engage in intercourse, and it's called the honeymooner's tea, right? Sukguk, family. Suguk. Sukgok. Take it. It will restore your energy faster. Okay? Faster. All right, family? I'm telling you. Yes, some of y'all fermented urine as well. There you go. Fermented urine is great as well. Okay? When the urine ferments, it smells like ammonia, right? And you can put it on your knees, you put it on your hair. That's the most powerful urine because it crystallizes. See, your blood is liquid crystal. Your blood is liquid crystal, family. So when you pee in the jar and you either leave it open or leave it closed, the blood's crystals will start to come to the top and it will get a little foamy. Those are the crystals. I remember one time about a year ago, I peed in a jar to ferment it and it turned green. I'm like, why is my urine green right now? Speaking of the green Ethereal energy that's about to hit this planet. Huh. I'm telling you, family, there's a lot of power. The alkalinity in your urine when it ferments is sky high. Sky high. And that's the cool for him. Yes. Retreats. I will. That's coming in the future. We just, all in good time, all when it comes. I'm going to do all that stuff you're talking about. But right now, we're going through an ascension. And it's time to stay still right now for many of us. A lot of us are moving too much, flying on planes. You shouldn't be flying on planes right now either. You shouldn't be. But you're going to do what you want to do anyway. I'm just saying, you shouldn't fly on planes right now. I don't have a good feeling about it. Last time I tapped in to my higher self through a plant medicine experience, they told me to go nowhere. Do not step on a plane at all. Okay? So be very careful of that. For those who have to travel right now, be very careful. Only travel when you have to. All right? Hu clarem borsirem sufararam clarins tekiram bossir sikleram bokirim vorit sekiveriferam vlastokum kama soret sekuverum valoriverim valarekiram bastikiram vorikletiram jirim sabarim kaparum kulumgumgara suritserim clearam surekleram tikiveris maram clues eram sukizaram. Let's talk about languages and magic that you naturally do. Let's talk about that real quick and how to really get that. How do you get your gifts? Well, are you doing all you could be doing right now? As a chosen one. Because I know a lot of y'all chosen ones like to boast that you chosen, but you ain't doing nothing that reflects that you're chosen. Huh? We don't save anybody. What we do is inspire them to save themselves. You see? We don't save anybody, chosen ones. We inspire them by what they see us do, by the way we live, by the energy that we emanate and project to people. That's how we inspire them. Not just by what we say. And that's the cool, right? So if you are a chosen one and you're not getting through this adversity or you're still living in fear, right? Or you haven't forgiven people in your life, heart chakra stuff. I had to deal with this one lately, right? Forgiving people for what they do and what they're continuously doing. Heart chakra, green ethereal energy. Vibrate with the energy of love, right? Don't be don't let people step all over you at all. Don't let that happen. But still operate with the energy of a higher perspective for where they are in their experience and forgive them for what they know they not do. Forgive them for what they know they not do. You're not going to get stepped on. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying forgive them because it's connected to your gifts. So how bad do you want your gifts to come online? I want mine to come online real bad. So I'm forgiving anybody who does me dirty or who did me dirty. Family members, friends, whatever it may be, forgive them because you're doing it for you, not for them. All right? You want these gifts to come online? What adversity are you going through right now? What is your higher perspective on how you look at that adversity? Are you looking at adversity as everything's against you? Or are you looking at adversity as this is for me? Oh, yes, let's go. Adversity? All right. What is this telling me about myself? What is it telling me? What I got going on? Oh, bank account frozen. Oh, what I got to do here? Ooh, they shout up into my social media. Ooh, okay. All right, what I got to do? Ooh, this is not as successful as I wanted it to be. Ooh, okay. So do I have to become better so it can be? Because it won't be until I become better. So I have to go inside of myself now. You got to start thinking like that. Higher beings on this planet. We're and you know what's so dope about this experience is that most people don't have those perspectives. Most people look at their problems and never get out of them. Most people live by their fear, right? But you, chosen one, who have chosen yourself and been chosen before you got here, that you're going to do this, are equipped and ready for anything that you're going through right now. Period. And with the Ethereal energy about to hit and hitting this planet, your gifts are about to come online. You don't want your gifts to come online before you're ready to handle them because you ain't done your shadow work yet. You don't want that. You don't want it. 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 You don't want that. I had this dream last night that I was in some type of lake or something. I don't know. Hotel, resort, whatever it may be. I think it was a different planet, though, that I was at last night. And I looked down the street through the lake. It was a street down the lake. And I saw the moon, of course, just big. And I saw two balls that looked like planets, but they were just giant ships. And I wanted to get closer to those ships because I'm telling everybody, I told y'all they was coming. I told you they was coming. I told you. I had so many I told you videos. I told you dreams. And what happened was people were getting chosen and getting eradicated, just disintegrated, right? They were running, they were losing their minds, getting disintegrated. There was these things they sent down to, like, they were picking people out, right? If you don't have that green ethereal energy vibrating through you, disintegrated. And I'm walking through the streets chilling. I'm like, I know they ain't coming at me after all this work I done did. You ain't coming at me. And they went right by me and just start zapping people. Has anybody had those dreams? How do I start the shadow work? The first question you ask yourself in shadow work, or the first realization that you come to with shadow work, is everything that's ever happened in my life to me is my fault. Period. When you ask us, when you come to that realization, right? And you get to that, and you say that everything is your fault that's happened to you, you start to have an inner conversation with yourself and start to see, with all of your problems that you say are happening to you, the common denominator is you. The common denominator is you. So you have to come to terms and start to fix those things that cause these problems. Because if somebody cheated on you, well, you did choose that person. Why did you choose that person? What about you made this person be attracted to you? What in you is attracting these people to you? And then you start to change those things. Shadow work, right? Shadow work, right? Why am I in this bad business arrangement? What did I do to myself to get in this bad business arrangement, right? Why do I have this debt? Yeah, credit card bills are crazy. Interest rates are crazy. But why did I feel a need to get into this and not be responsible with my credit card debt? And then you start to change some things about yourself, right? Right. And the path is never sunshine and rainbows. It's never been and never will be. Because if it was sunshine and rainbows, you wouldn't appreciate sunshine and rainbows. It would just be an everyday thing. It wouldn't be something that was special, right? So you have to go through adversity to appreciate sunshine and rainbows. Real talk. Real talk. Because some people never get through or get to sunshine and rainbows. They never get to it. They just continue to live in their excuses. They continue to lie to themselves. They continue to reject the truth and never even look into it. What about the programming in some people that make them just go against certain things? You're crazy. How do you know I'm crazy? If you know that everything that we've been told has lied to us, why isn't your common knowledge right now a lie? And why don't you constantly question your common knowledge? Most people stop learning after school. Most people stop reading books after they graduate high school or college. All those books you read in high school or college were put in your hands to read. All of them, right? And you stop educating yourself. Now, with all the videos and people exposing everything now, right? And you realize everything's a lie, your common knowledge on the universe could be a lie too. Actually, it is a lie. So when somebody says they see something different because they're coming online, you need to figure out what they're seeing and stop calling them crazy. Because the crazy ones are the ones who think they know the truth because you've been taught how to be crazy. And you have looked at people who are sane as they're crazy because you don't want to let go, which is why you have to read. Out of all the authors that I've ever read, the one that I trust the most is Malachi Z. York, out of all of them. His books are the only information that I've ever read which has assisted my activation in my DNA. I read his books, read his books constantly, and they continuously activate upon activate upon activate because it's telling me things that I never even thought was possible. But my body's responding to these things like your body responds to my gleret tekivarim, bakrum sekivare clararum, virum stekivarium, sirecletirum, bosterium, siriclerum, baccarum, virum suret secuvarim, clareticavarum, virum stecuvari, celerem sekivaraclarum, virum sekivarim. This language, ererum. If I would have never read his books, I would have probably wouldn't be speaking like this. It all comes together. There are puzzles, pieces you have to put together, right? Puzzle pieces where you have to put together to bring a gift out. Malachi Z. York. Eretzekivariv, Flarem Tukuvarum, Shiram, Vleem Sekivararam, Viritsteku, Sarim, Baritsterim, Chloreptekivarim, Baritstekivarim, Jairam, Vorikleretsekuv. And yes, if English language is a slave language, a constriction language, my higher self can stand when I talk about the English language. He can't stand it. He always says, it constricts you, klerakurem, bolfirim, constricts the human body when you speak it. So when you have eretz tukurim, your real language coming out, you never stop wanting to speak it. And those who have their real language coming out know what I'm talking about. The more you practice it, the more you want to do it. Vleretzekivarim, Vlaivarum, Beretztekivarim, Eretzt. So if you want to get your gifts online, attack life. Attack life. Eretzt. Attack life. Look at life at a higher perspective than everybody else. Question everybody else. Especially those that are talking a lot. Sometimes you have to sit and observe. You know, I sit and observe. I don't constantly talk. Some people you hear all the time, they just, like, how do you take a break? You're always talking. How are you observing? How are you learning? You're always talking. How about watching? Become a watcher. Become an observer of your reality. Question the little things that you never questioned before. Look at the moon and ask yourself, what is that? What is that? Look at the sun and ask yourself, what is that? And why is it so hot right now when it hits me? Eret. But we have to raise our frequency like this. We have to raise it. Some people are getting their gifts first to show you that you have gifts too. Somebody got to do it. And we have been initiated and tested through our conviction for this mission. Most people, a lot of people have heard about the urine therapy, but how many people that you know look like you that have shared it? Because they're afraid to hear what you have to say about it. They're afraid to look different. They're afraid. And those who do it and tell you about it are the ones who get the gifts, because they're watching you and say, oh, this is needed. Sharing languages is needed. But if I never shared the urine therapy and got my courage up, I would have never been chosen to share the language. Because y'all have it in y'all too. It sounds familiar because it's in you too. What are you not doing? You're at work on earth, but you ain't clocked in yet. You're on the sidelines watching while your brothers and sisters are putting their lives on the line, sharing their message. But you chosen. You chosen? What you doing? What are you doing? Everybody's gift is everybody's gift. And everybody's mission is not to be online. Everybody's mission is not to be online. Whatever your mission is, some of y'all have to infiltrate some of these schools. Teachers, there are ways to get through kids being on the curriculum, but still getting through to them in a very strategic way. There's a way to get through to them. Wake them up. Marianne, no, you're not all teachers. You're not all teachers. Not everybody's a teacher. Whatever your gift is, your gift is. Some of y'all need to be gardening. Some of y'all got to get control of your friends and your families. Everybody's at different points of their lives right now in different positions. But everybody is not meant to do the same thing. Your job is to inspire others to help themselves by helping yourself first and doing that which it is you love. What do you love? Are you doing it? Because if you're not doing it, you're no better than the rest of the people out there that's settling too. Why do you settle when you know you are powerful? Why do you settle when you know you are powerful? You're a God on earth and you're acting like a regular human. You never felt the same like everybody else because you're not the same. So when you know you're not the same, you don't change anything? Now you know it. Got the answer you were looking for. And you're not changing? Meretz the cool. Eretz derem boretz kivarif. My room. See? Kleretzerim bukirim. Eram. Do you want to fly again? Do you want to bend the elements again? Surem. That is fun. Yo, it is fun. I'm doing it tonight. I'm bending fire. I might share it with y'all tonight. I'm bending fire tonight. Oh, yes. I'm getting it set up. I'm getting the tent set up. Tent's already set up. It's never not set up. But the wood, everything. Ha! When you bend fire and you touch the flames, Sarem, and you see the faces in the flames, the ancestors, Sarem, because they're all around you. Karam, Borit, Sekirem, Erem. And you touch it, Meretz Direm. I'm an 80s kid too. And it doesn't burn you, Merem. And you can make it spin and move. And then dragons show up in the fire that are pumping smoke through their nostrils and you see their eye. Y'all saw that video, didn't y'all? That was about 2 months ago. I did a live. I was bending fire. They were blowing smoke in my face. I couldn't even breathe because they were blowing so much smoke in my face. And 2 elemental dragons showed up right there in the fire. You could see the smoke coming out the nostrils. You could see the eyes beaming. You could see the face like an alligator. Long snout. Erem. This is a dragon. Somebody asked, well, this is a dragon. All dragons are not bad. All reptiles are not bad. There is a good and bad with everything. There's a good and bad with everything. You are the good one. Huh? Simple as that. You are the balance. Don't believe everything that you hear. Start tapping into what's coming through you. If you hear something and you don't agree with it, tap into you, because your soul is trying to teach you right now. And it's going against the grain of what you've already learned. Go with that. Go with that. I got schizophrenia, so what? I'd rather have schizophrenia than be programmed by these people. I'll take it. I will take my schizophrenia. I'll take it. Because with schizophrenia, we can bend fire. With schizophrenia, I speak my languages. With schizophrenia, I can talk to nature. Actually talk to nature. I had a conversation with my grass last time I tapped in. I was like, okay, I stopped cutting you, so can you stop sending your minions to bite me now? Because y'all was biting me because I kept on cutting you. You told me to stop cutting you, and I stopped cutting you, so stop withstanding, and they stopped. So I'm like, yo, can we have a real? It was like a real conversation with a friend. It's like a face that formed around me, and I'm talking to the grass. Because that's what we can do. We are nature. Haram. We are nature. Everything around you remembers you, but you. So I'm okay with looking crazy. I love my crazy. Haram. I love it. Tarefaram. Vlam viendiku seris clararam. Barstiku serim. Vlorita vararam boritster eclerem sukivariferem. Vluptikim kukaram soret sokomiso. Vlupkim kintaram varits kuvaris marom. Merekleretsurem. If you've been trying to connect with the trees, go out there, put your back to the tree, put your feet on the roots, and put your head on the tree. And imagine the energy of the tree entering your vehicle, meshing with your vehicle, and say, release your healing power and give me the information that I need to have. Continue to do this every day and watch how you just start to know things. Begin to hug the trees as well. Begin to hug them. Put your feet in the earth. I go outside, put my feet in the earth now. It feels like a pillow because I haven't cut my grass in the backyard in a long time. So the grass feels very calm. I could lay on it. It feels like a pillow. That's what happens when you leave grass alone. It gets soft. And it gets happy. It's like, thank you. You stopped cutting me. I need to grow. Grass is the ground's antennas. Eretzt, kuvararam. It's like a bed. It is. I'm going to lay in it tonight. I'm going to lay in it tonight. After I talk to the fire, after I talk to the grass, after I talk to the trees, and after a couple UFOs come and see me tonight. I know y'all coming tonight. I know y'all coming. They always come when I tap in. They always come. Always. So I'm with that too. But I really need you to ask yourself if you are a chosen one. Because if you're not doing chosen things tonight on this fake New Year, I'll go with it, whatever, right? On this fake New Year. The real New Year is in March, family. The real New Year is in March. Come on now. I probably do have one over my house right now. I probably do. I always have one over my house. They always watching. There's no fear here. They can sense when you're afraid. They can sense when you can't take it. They watch what you do in your life. They say, okay, you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You're saying I'm chosen. You're telling all your family I'm chosen, but you ain't doing nothing chosen. So why would your family want to change if you haven't created abundance for yourself? Why would they want to change? You as a chosen aren't making it look cool by being in your power, by being in your godhood. Huh? Interesting now. Got to ask some of those questions. Got to ask yourself those questions. You got to ask yourself the difficult questions that's going to get you to the next level. And those internal conversations are very, very, very difficult. They are difficult, family. Harem. You got to make it look cool. Think about like this, right? Well, before we realized who we were, before we woke up, right? And you saw people walking around on the streets talking about, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. But then you see them looking bummy as hell. They don't have no knowledge. They always react to people who get mad people, right? They lose their temper all the time. They consistently are doing BS. They're not advocating like they talk about. Because if I'm chosen, that means that I understand the laws of the universe to a degree, right? If I'm chosen, that means that I understand manifestation, right? If I'm chosen, that means that I'm doing shadow work, right? And I'm manifesting, right? And even if I'm going through tribulation right now, I always have a smile on my face, right? And I'm realizing it's happening so I can get to the next level, right? Okay, so if I'm chosen, I realize these things. So when you say you're chosen, your family members and your friends, whether they admit it or not, are beginning to observe you. They're observing what you're eating. They're observing what you're doing. They're observing how you're reacting. They're observing you because they're now seeing, well, if this is cool, I may go with it. Now, in the beginning, most of them don't want to go with it. But if they're observing you, right, they're saying, well, let's see what he's about. Let's see what he's about. Let's see what she's about. And then they see what you're about. You're still wilding out with them. You're still partying with them. You're still eating bad with them. You're still doing the things they do. But you're chosen. Aren't you supposed to be different? And you're not being different. So what are they doing? They're like, well, this is whack. And you might have messed their stuff up too. You might have slowed them down because you realized you were chosen. Questions that we got to ask ourselves. Questions that we got to ask ourselves. Do you really want your gifts or not? Are you really ready to have these conversations with yourself or not? If you're not, continue to get nothing. Continue to watch people get their gifts and tell you how they got them and do nothing they told you to do. And you're going to get everything you're putting out. What you put out, you get back in. What you put out, you get back in. These are combos I had with myself recently. I had to really act like, yo, am I doing everything I can do? Am I really being the truest of the truest? Because as high-level beings, we have this thing inside of ourselves where we never feel like we're doing enough. Because we have so much light to give, we have to figure out what the balance is from giving the light and burning ourselves out. Because we have so much to give. So ask yourself those questions and you'll come with the answers. Give what you can. Give all you can. But always make sure you give to yourself first. Give to yourself first. If you give to yourself first, you have the energy to give to other people too. People call it selfish. I don't call it selfish. I call it necessary. Because if I don't give to me, I can't give to you. And you suffer. So I call it necessary, not selfish. Saram. And your internal self knows the balance. You know the balance between giving a lot or giving too much. You know the balance. Right? Right. Observing. Being quiet. That's difficult for a lot of people, especially a lot of influencers, because the pressure after we reach a certain following, the pressure that's put on us to produce is like a peer pressure that nobody really sees. But if you watch influencers, when they get to a certain level of followers, they continuously post every day, even if they repeat themselves every day. Right? People are afraid to go away because they know how fast you forget. But do you have the courage to take a step back for a week or two sometimes so you can really give the best version of yourself? I got 200,000 followers over there at Mr. Intensity. 30,000 over here. I don't post every day. I post when I feel like posting. No matter how popular it is. I have to give you the best version of myself. If I have nothing to give you, I have to give it to myself. And you got to take that. And if you're an influencer, you're sharing, yo, if you don't want to post, don't post. If it's just filler, don't be filler. Be real. Don't be filler. It's a lot of filler out here. There's a lot of people that just want to hear themselves talk all the time because they're smart and wordsmith you. Yo, watch out for these wordsmiths. Once you reach a certain level of consciousness, we realize you don't understand certain words because we realize you're at a certain level. People try to wordsmith you as a form of entertainment. It's like, wow, 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 wow. You're so smart. Wow. But if you were so smart, couldn't you say this in a simplistic form unless you're trying to wordsmith them so they can buy a product of yours? Buy a service of yours. Huh? That's why I like to speak simplistic. So you can really understand what I'm saying. So what if I read a lot of books? I don't have to give you big words to make you understand me. I'm trying to get the point across. Being a poet is great. Being a poet is incredible. Poet is excellent. You're a poet, share your poetry. Poetry is like music. It's like music. Feel me? It's like music. Share your poetry. If you got poetry, you could activate through your poetry. If you could sing, you could activate through your singing. Like, share your gifts. What are you doing? Share your gifts. Share them. Seriously, family. I don't know if I'm going to share the video of the fire tonight. I don't know, because when I tap in under plant medicine, I don't know what's going to happen. Every experience is different. I'll set the intention to go live, but I'm doing the strongest mushrooms I've ever done tonight. So we never know what happens with those phobos. We never know what happens. So if I'm there, I'm there. If I'm not, I'm not. Look out for it. I'm going in around 6, 7 p.m. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, family. But I'm gonna do one more channel and I'm gonna get up out of here. But I appreciate y'all sticking by me through this journey. I appreciate you chosen ones continuously engaging in the comment section. I appreciate y'all liking the videos. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I don't like to say follow. Subscribed. You're subscribing to this channel. I appreciate it. Being open-minded and taking in knowledge. It's not my knowledge. This is our knowledge. If anybody says that's my knowledge, run. If anybody says that's my knowledge, run. Huh? Huh? And I'll answer some questions too. If anybody want to ask some questions, I'll answer some questions before I go. Somebody said, Coach, when are you bringing back some of your soaps? Well, I have a new brand called Earthly Elevation that has these products. Neurocognizance, like Haritaki times 1,000. Unlocking that clairvoyant ability, right? I got some Shilajit Supreme Resin. This is extremely potent. Extremely, 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 extremely potent. Very strong. You're going to have a lot of energy with this. And, of course, last but not least, Parasite Cleanse, baby. Get those parasites out of you because you don't know what thoughts are yours. And I'm bringing back my soap. I might bring it back with my new brand. I might bring it back. We'll see. We'll see. I might. I'm up in the air with it right now. A lot of work with soaps. You know, a lot of work. And this is the most important journey right now for me. So whatever I can give less of my time to when it comes to packing and things like that, I try to, you know. This is the most important thing right now. Your mission. Your mission, and activating. That's the most important thing. Website's in the description. Comment, yeah. earthlyelevation.com. earthlyelevation.com. Elevate with the earth. And these are all infused with sacred geometry, which is the oldest form of healing. When you put sacred geometry on anything, it enhances it, right? I have it on the back of my phone, you know, to protect me from the EMF. You can put it on fruit, sacred geometry. It will make the fruit last longer. You ever try that before? If you like, take some geometry, sacred geometry, print it out on your printer, right? Put it on top of your fruit and watch how long it lasts when you do that. Yes, that's the website. Flower of Life. Put it on top of the fruit and watch what happens. So all of my supplements have sacred geometry in there. If y'all want to know what these are, this is called quantum mudras, which are also doing sacred geometry that come through naturally. See? That is channeled naturally through me now because my body remembers how to do it. You knew how to do martial arts. You know how to fly. You know how to do all those things, right? This is sacred geometry in the air that's unlocking key codes, healing people. Ferrets to cover room, flyer in to keep a wrist. Seriously, you know? If you got a mushroom company, hit me up. I'm always looking for new sources, you know? How can we access mushrooms I take? I have them, you know? I would like to try your stuff out if you have a mushroom company, you know? What do you sell? What do you sell? But you gotta, I want to try you out first before I even, you know, but if y'all want to go there, go there. Do I recommend DMT? Absolutely, I recommend DMT. I have Bufo. I keep Bufo on me just in case I want to go on a rocket ship tonight. Bufo, 5-MeO DMT, toad venom. You smoke it, right? And it's a very powerful experience. But we could really talk about that in another video. We could really get into plant medicine. Because a lot of y'all are not tapping into plant medicine at all. I don't know what you're doing. It's like you're here in your ascension and you're like, I want to do the shadow work, but your shadow work could take like 6 months to 2 years. One night on plant medicine, like shrooms or iboga, right? Or ayahuasca, is equivalent to 10 years of psychotherapy. One night. One night will be the most impactful night of your entire existence if you never did it. Tonight will probably be another most impactful night of my existence, like the last one is. Every single time you tap into the shrooms or whatever, it's the greatest night ever. If you're doing what you got to do on your mission. If you're not, they call those bad trips if you're not doing, because then you get slapped around a little bit. You get slapped around a little bit. So they call them bad trips. But they're not really bad trips. You got slapped around because you wasn't on your deem. That's why you got slapped around. Pop, 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 all night. Right? All night. And some of y'all really need to tap into that. A lot of people, like somebody said, who she said? Sade, you said you were scared. A lot of us that look like this, scared, we be like, that's white people stuff. That's white people stuff. Come on now. Nah. Oh, I love Dr. Chashima. She's great. I love her. My buddy. She's great. Right? But one night, if you say you're really about this life and you ain't tapping into plant medicine, really? You nature? And you ain't tapping into high vibrational nature yet? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing out there? Huh? You scared? Oh, okay. So you're not scared of that cupcake you had that's destroying and calcifying your pineal gland? You're not scared of that. You're not scared of the candy you had that's rotting away your teeth, giving you diabetes, and the fact that you could die if you continue to eat it. You're not scared of drinking water that's poison. Okay. Got you. You're not scared of living a lie? You're not scared with not achieving your mission when you die and looking back on this experience saying, I gotta do this all over again? Oh, you're not scared of that. Oh. Okay. Oh. But you scared to find out what time it is. And that's the coup. Alright. Alright. Bet. Oh, you know you have a team around you right now, right? You got a team of ancestors around you giving you the side eye because you scared. Well, she or he agreed to talk to me or figure out how to find themselves in this experience, but they're waiting forever. So what do your guides do? They make things happen in your life or allow things to happen in your life so you can have a wake-up call. So maybe you lose your job and then you go on a spiritual journey because of that. Or maybe you lose a spouse or a child. Or maybe you just lose everybody and you have only you to depend on. Right? And then, with all that adversity you went through, then you tap in. Instead of just doing it right now, because they're going to get your attention regardless. It's what you're here to do. That's why you're listening to me right now. It's what you're here to do. And I'm reminding you, it's what you're here to do. Whenever people hear shrooms, right? Whenever people hear iboga or plant medicine or psychedelic, there is something that takes them over that puts fear in them. That's a programming, a fail-safe that the system has placed into you to reject the thing you need the most. You need it the most. So they placed it inside of your psyche to reject it instantly. Without even questioning it, and forgetting about it, and forgetting about it, and forgetting about it. Never knowing the answers and only depending on books. I know we're not at a space where you only depend on books for the information. That shit is over. We have to tap into all forms of information so we can be able to decipher the truth from the lies. Because once you tap into yourself through long-term fasting, plant medicine experience, asking the nature to talk to you, and start hearing the internal voice telling you things, then you realize that there's more than just the books. The books are only here to help you remember what you already know anyway. But once you start to know those things, you start reading a little less and start hearing your internal voice. Huh? And when you go under plant medicine, they say you have an ego death. Your ego is put to sleep for a little bit, for about 8 to 10 hours, depending on the dosage you go on. And you get to tap into the higher aspects of yourself, which does not have any doubt or fear. It's just knowing. It just knows. It just knows. It just knows. It just knows. But you use them to help you remember what you already know. You see? They're a tool for you unlocking aspects of yourself. Because the things that we'll be able to do are hidden from us. Like the Vatican, the books that teach about what I'm doing now and sacred geometry. But it's okay because we got the books inside of ourselves anyway. And it's time to tap into that, which is why they're covering the sky non-stop. But cool. I want to figure out how to vibrate without the sun anyway. So thank you for that. For helping me see that there's more forms of information besides the sun as it begins to shine finally right now. You know? You know? Thank you for blocking the sun, people. I didn't need it anyway. I am the sun. And once you figure out you the sun, it's only a bonus. You feel like it's only a bonus. It's only a bonus. It's only a bonus. I'm not bringing my Guru back. Too much nonsense with it. Just getting it over here. I'm over it. Nah. Ingest plasma. Oh, talk about that a little bit. Talk about that a little bit. Oh, you going somewhere else now. See, you going somewhere else now. I love it though. I love it. Ingest plasma. Tough. Yeah. You make plasma? Where do you get the plasma from though? Where do you get it from? What's the main ingredient in the plasma? I want to know this one. Because plasma, if what I'm thinking it is, plasma platelets, that's blood. So, seawater. Okay, so you're getting the plasma from the seawater. I need to know. You got to hit me up. I need you to DM me. I need to know that process. See? We learn something new every day. And always be a student, family. Never think you know everything, because you don't. And a master knows they don't know everything. You know? A master knows they don't know everything. Always a student. Always learn from your peers. We're all family, right? Yeah, hit me up. Hit me up. I want to know about this. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, I'm going to go. I love y'all. I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to go. Vairam, Kulop Tirem, Sikivaris, Supirim, Clarem Kurem Kuptikum Gara, Surits, Sikivarim, Vlorim, Timtingarum, Surits, Liram, Sum Kivari, Surim, Clareptikavarum, Surek, Claram, Kuptikarum, Chikivararam, Vararam, Kiptim Gumgo, Varim, Vlumtim Kimkara, Surum, Vliram, Sirit, Sikivaris, Kluptim Kumkumgara, Varim, Liram, Chikirum. Family, let's go. All right. Yeah. Plasma healing. Yeah. Yo, before I go, I love plasma healing. I got PRP before, separating the platelets from the plasma, and got it re-injected back in like a knee or something like that a couple years ago. It does work. It does work. I've also gotten stem cells too before. That works too. But that's painful. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that one. That's painful. Unless you really need it. But besides that, I'm going to get up out of here. I love y'all. If y'all want to visit the website to support, go to earthlyelevation.com. I'm not going to talk about it too much because this channel's not about promotion and business, but I do have a business. I do have a couple of them, but this is my new one that I would like y'all to support if y'all can. Check it out. You know, get a 10% discount code, all that stuff, but I keep it on the spirituality stuff. This is all about it. Plant is spirit, but at the end of the day, I'm not selling everything to y'all like that. I love y'all, though. I appreciate y'all. Peace.